Don't stoke the fears. Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome back to Fearless Fridays. Today is Friday, August 6th. This is episode 99 of Fearless Fridays. 99. Come on, girl. I have to just congratulate myself on 99, almost 100 episodes. Anyway, today is Friday, August 6th. This is episode 99 of Fearless Fridays. As always, I welcome you to the show, whether it's your first time watching or you're a return watcher. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. So today on this 99th episode of Fearless Fridays, I want to talk to you about stoking the fears. Recently, I was talking to someone who was telling me about, their desire to kind of shift career paths, shift industries. And she was sharing that, she was going on all these websites and posting her resumes and, seeing what other people were doing, seeing other people's qualifications. And she mentioned one website specifically and said, I know that I probably shouldn't go on there because every time I go there, I just feel like I'm stoking my fear. And I was like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean you're stoking your fear? And she said, well, I just see everyone's qualifications and I see resumes and I see all of these things and it just overwhelms me. It causes me so much anxiety and I end up in fear. And I said, well, if that particular website, for whatever reason, is causing you to feel anxiety and trepidation and overwhelm and fear, don't stoke the fears. Don't go to that website. And that's not just about ignoring the fear. That's about not adding fuel to the fire, adding fuel to the fear fire. And we can talk about ways to overcome the fear and we can unpack the fear and we can ask, well, why is it causing you fear? What's the anxiety? What's the overwhelm that you feel when you go to this website? And we talked about all of those things and that's fine. But the point that I was trying to make to her and the point that I want to make to you today is stop doing things that add fuel to your fear fire. Again, yes, I believe in getting to the bottom of the fear, asking the questions. What am I afraid of? What do I think is going to happen? Why is this thing causing me anxiety? What's the root cause of the anxiety? What's the root cause of the overwhelm? What is the root cause? I'm all about getting to the bottom of those things, as you all know by now. But I also believe that if you know a specific thing is causing you fear, causing you anxiety, causing you overwhelm, and you haven't yet figured out how to get to the other side of it, stop feeding it. I talk to so many people who talk about how, oh, I don't want to watch the news because it just causes me so much anxiety. It stresses me out. And by the end of it, I'm just so afraid of everything. But I just keep watching. And my question is, well, why do you keep watching? Why do you keep watching? Yes, you want to be informed. Okay, watch to get the information and then turn it off. But if you are indulging in things that cause you fear, cause you anxiety, cause you trepidation, cause you overwhelm, then it's like you're addicted to fear. And honestly, I think a lot of us are. I think a lot of us are addicted to anxiety, addicted to fear. It has become our norm. It has become our way of being to operate constantly out of fear, to operate constantly out of anxiety. And the world in its current state, and our country in its current state, and the media, the way it operates does not help. So if you know that there are certain things that are going to overwhelm you so much to the point of fear or overwhelm you so much to the point of anxiety, you are not required to engage in those things. Whether that is, you're not required to engage in those things. And I would also challenge you to figure out what's at the root of those fears. And as a fearless living coach, I can help you do that. Commercial over. But I encourage you to get to the bottom of those fears, but I also encourage you to learn how to engage in the things that you need to engage in and do the things that you need to do without purposely adding fuel to your fear fire. That could mean that you give yourself a time limit. For example, my friend who I was talking to, who was looking for a new job, looking for a new career path. If you know that there are certain websites that you need to go on, post your resume, do all of these things, give yourself a time limit and give yourself specific tasks to do. I'm going to go to this website. I'm going to be on here for 30 minutes. I'm going to post my resume. I'm going to reach out to this many people. I'm going to send messages to this many people, and then I'm going to be done and I'm going to be out of there. So if you give yourself a goal, a focus, and if you give yourself a time frame, you don't have time to be scrolling and looking at what everybody else is doing, because you have something very specific that you need to get done in a very specific time period. That is one way that you can manage the fear that you think or know might come from being on a specific website. And that's just one example. But that could be anything. It could be certain friends that maybe live a fear-based life, and when you talk to them, all you're going to hear is fear, fear, fear. Well, one, maybe talk to that friend about how much fear they are throwing out, which is an indication of how much fear that they are taking in. But also limit your time with that person. If you know that that person is going to add anxiety and overwhelm and stress to you and to your space, limit your time with them. Have a discussion with them about the conversations that you all are having and the way they're coming across. It's coming across that you're really in this fear space, and I don't want to operate in that space. So set some boundaries. Certain people, set boundaries with people. Set boundaries with maybe watching too much news. Give yourself a time limit. Going to certain websites, give yourself a time limit. Don't purposely stoke the fears. Do not purposely add fuel to your fear fire. You have to be mindful, and you have to be aware. Be self-aware enough to be mindful of how you feel. How do I feel when I look at this certain thing? How do I feel when I talk to this person? How do I feel when I engage on this social media platform? How do I feel? And if the way you are feeling when you're finished with those things or those people is fearful or anxious or overwhelmed, then you have to ask yourself, how can I learn how to engage differently so that I don't feel that? And also, maybe you just need to leave some folks or some things alone, or have a conversation with them about the way you feel when you leave their presence, and have a conversation with them about maybe the amount of fear that they are feeding you. So that's just what I want to share with you guys this week. Don't stoke the fear. You are not required, you are not obligated to continue to indulge in things that bring you nothing but fear, nothing but anxiety, nothing but overwhelm. You are not required. Whether that's a person, whether that's an organization, whether that is a news outlet, whether that's a social media platform, whatever it is, you're not required to take on that fear. You're not required to take it on. And I suggest that you take it off. I suggest that you take it off. And I suggest that you be mindful of the things that cause you fear, cause you worry, cause you stress, cause you anxiety, cause you overwhelm. Yes, you want to get to the bottom of those things. You want to ask questions of those things so that you're not constantly feeling fear when you engage with those things. But you also want to perhaps limit your engagement with those things, or cut off your engagement with those things altogether, so that you are not stoking the flames of fear, because as we know, that is no way to live. So that's what I have for you guys this week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you also for liking and sharing and commenting and subscribing. I appreciate all of those things, and all of those things help me out very much. So, as you know, we're on episode 99. Episode 100 is coming soon, and I'm so excited about it. But I'm taking 2 weeks off because I am going to take a break, hang out with my family, relax, and do all of those things. So I will see you all at the end of August for episode 100 of Fearless Fridays. As always, remember, the euphoria of fearlessness trumps the comfort of staying safe. And remember, don't stoke the fear. Don't stoke it. A fire needs fuel to burn. Stop giving the fear fire fuel. Ooh, say that 5 times fast. Stop giving the fear fire fuel. I'll see y'all at the end of August. Bye.